Hello, Googans. Welcome in. It's after the drill. That's why I wore the shirt. After the DRILL.
That's silly.
Thank you.
What you just said there made no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
I award you no points.
May God have mercy on my soul.
Something like that.
Thank you. Welcome in, Googans. It's a Super Tuesday. As we're
working the phone right now like I'm Adam Schefter.
You are.
Get
You're
off
right
my
on the
phone
phone.
here.
Should bring up both your phones.
Yeah, right. My burner. I have a burner.
Your little flip phone.
It's only for untoward reasons.
We, obviously a lot going on. The latest with Bob Stoops. Is he or isn't he on his way to Tallahassee?
There's definitely something there.
Right.
I mean, there's
something is happening.
FSU has fired their coach. There's an opening for sure. And
did that happen?
Positive.
Okay.
And Stoops is conversing
Yeah.
with the Noles. Look, when I first brought this story up that there was a real chance that Willie Taggart was going to be fired in season, the sources that I got that info from also told me at that time that they had gauged Stoops' interest and he was interested. So they've known this for a while. You don't just do this blind. They also gauged Urban Meyer's interest and he was not interested.
Right.
So,
well, like you said, you don't make this move at the end of October unless you've got
something in mind.
An iron in some fire.
Well, especially when you listen to FSU's athletic director's press conference yesterday,
right.
And he, the client or the type of coach that they want to hire, the timeline that they want to hire him in, it speaks to a well-accomplished coach, not not a guy who's starting to turn around a Purdue or Minnesota or Memphis or a program like that.
Didn't sound like young hot guy. Sound like established guy with a long resume who knows what it takes to win national titles.
Yes.
And that all equates to the two guys you mentioned that they reached out
I would say, I don't know. Look, at this time last year or later than this, but last year or 2 years ago in a coaching search, the Florida Gators met with Chip Kelly.
Right.
They flew up to New England. They met with him. He was rumored to be on Gainesville. It sort of looked like Chip Kelly, and sometimes it falls through. And sometimes if you're Bob Stoops, your complete opinion will change when you get the exact numbers. Right? I mean, you might have an idea of what the FSU job would entail and what you have to work with, and then it might not completely match up with, what you... Look, Bob Stoops has a job right now, too, by the way,
right.
We should say. And now, granted, it's only the XFL, and who knows how long that league will even last, but he does have a coach, GM title with the Dallas XFL team. So,
right.
I don't think you turn down FSU for some, 2 years hijinks league that goes away.
I think if you turn down FSU, it's because either you're not that anxious to get back into the grind of college coaching, or that situation in Tallahassee is worse than you think. And
I will say this.
Interested in a rebuild.
I think FSU needs a good recruiter. I don't think FSU is necessarily going to recruit itself, and we've learned that the last couple of years. And recruiting is probably the biggest, I don't want to say drawback, but the biggest effort that a coach puts in when it's college v. XFL, NFL, or anywhere else. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I would say this to FSU fan. I would be thrilled if I were FSU fan and I got Bob Stoops.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the majority opinion, is that they would be pretty excited if it was Bob Stoops. I mean, that's a huge name with a great pedigree, and like you said, that would signal a pretty rapid turnaround.
Well, like you said, there's a pedigree there.
Right.
What does that mean? That means resume. That means when you open up Bob Stoops, you might see an 8-5 every 6 years, but every record's 10-2, 11-2, 11-1, 12-1, 10-3. It's a lot of double-digit
wins. At Oklahoma, you're not looking up saying, "Oh, well, we got Scott Frost who just won 11 games at UCF." And boy, I hope it translates.
There's not another giant in the Big 12 like there is Oklahoma, so that gives you a little bit of a mixed feeling. But overall, the Big 12 is better than the ACC. The ACC right now is a hot mess. It's garbage. It's Clemson and nobody else. No one in the ACC is worth a flip. So the trip back to relevance for FSU will be quick. And I think FSU, look, they're a state school. They got better resources. They're a better job, a better program than Miami, even though Miami's been more successful. So I don't think you can just automatically assume what happened to Miami was bound to happen to you. But part of what happened to Miami was this cycling through mediocre coaches and staying with them too long. Whether it's Randy Shannon, whether it's Al Golden.
Well, they went through them, man.
They went through a few and stuck with them for 4 and 5 years of going 6-6 and a the same not good league that FSU is in. So I do believe that they're going to want to.
Right.
They're not. I don't think they want to go with potential. I think they want to go with as sure a thing as they can. And so, to that end, we'll see. A name that we didn't mention that I wonder is Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio has ties to the state of Florida.
Sure.
Jack Del Rio has been rumored, to LSU or USC if those were ever open. And I wonder if Jack Del Rio is the name that they might consider.
And only knowing his personality, I feel like Jack Del Rio would be a fabulous recruiter
and a good college coach.
Yeah.
I think that too.
Like coaches kids would
get into that. Underrated NFL coach. He wasn't great, but he definitely
got
wasn't
the
sorry.
job done. It just never worked out for him, and I think he got burned out.
Yeah,
but I think he'd be a good college
coach. Speaking of college, the University of Florida basketball team opens their season tonight, and that's a little more noteworthy this year because the Gators have those three really good members of the recruiting class, the freshman class last year: Nimhard, Locke, and Keontae Johnson. They have the best grad transfer in the country, a guy named Blackshear from Virginia Tech. And then they have two true freshmen who were on the McDonald's All-American team last year. This is Mike White's best team by a significant advantage. I like the way this team is made up, and I think when you see predictions and projections of them being a fringe top 20, Final Four team, I think those are accurate. I think Florida's going to have a real good basketball year. So they get started tonight against UNF, and general college basketball fan gets a hot fudge Sunday tonight.
What a
treat! You got number 1 versus number 2, Michigan State versus Kentucky. That's the nightcap. In the first game, it's 3 and 4, Duke and Kansas.
Nice.
So not a bad way to start.
Not bad.
And
Enjoy
for
Kansas while you can.
I was going to say, if you're a Kansas fan, get it while you can, right?
Enjoy it while you have it. Maybe Snoop will be there.
Yeah.
All right, good kids.
Yep.
We'll be back tomorrow. It'll be hump day, so we'll have Get Smart John and lock in with us. We will FSU have a
tune
new
it
coach.
in and rip the knob.
Rip the knob out. I don't even know if radios have knobs anymore, but if yours does, rip it off, throw it out the window.
Mine does.
Send Jeff a bill. Love you, Googans. See you tomorrow.